You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
Three numbers before the open: the KOSPI at 8,726, foreign net buying of 1.53 trillion won, and SK Hynix at a record high. SK Group's market value crossed 2,000 trillion won, a quarter of the market. AI power equipment ETFs rebounded about 10% in a week. The Bank of Japan raised its rate to 1%, its first move there in 31 years, and a US FOMC decision lands with markets pricing a near-even hold versus hike split. It's Wednesday, June 17th. Here's what today's story could mean for the Korean market. Korea's rally is running on semiconductor strength, with foreign flows turning positive again. Global rate signals are mixed, from a tightening Bank of Japan to a cautious US bond market. Chip sector cash is even reshaping short-term money markets at home. Here's what the numbers show. The KOSPI closed up 2.11% at 8,726, with foreign investors net buying 1.53 trillion won, about $1.1 billion US dollars, for a third straight day. SK Hynix rose 4.11% to a record 2.38 million won, lifting SK Group past 2,020 trillion won, roughly $1.4 trillion. Four AI power ETFs gained 6.75 to 11.58% in a week after first quarter orders at five power equipment makers hit a record 8.5 trillion won, about $6.1 billion. The Bank of Japan lifted its policy rate by a quarter point to 1%, leaving the US-Japan gap at 2.75 points. US 10-year yields held at 4.47% ahead of the FOMC, with futures pricing a 57.2% chance of a hike this year. And Korea's commercial paper rates fell even as corporate bond yields rose, which the Bank of Korea tied to chipmakers parking surplus cash in short-term instruments. So what does this mean for active traders in Korean stocks? Earlier, we opened with three numbers. Here's the read. Foreign net buying and SK Hynix's record-keep semiconductors and AI power equipment as the session's flow leaders. Cross-asset signals are mixed, with a tightening Bank of Japan and a cautious US bond market limiting rate relief hopes. The main intraday risk is the FOMC decision and Fed Chair Kevin Warsh's first press conference, which markets read as a near-even hold versus hike call. That's today's AI PRISM, Stock Investors. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.